Good afternoon. It's January 11th, 2024, and today, I guess you would call it a range day. Pretty big measured move down, and then prices came back up to test the closing price from yesterday, and then just kind of went sideways after a brief, looks like 15-point sell-off or so. One thing I want to mention before I get started is if you look at this trend channel, you can see a decent amount of price action outside of it. And what I've been realizing as I've been looking at different time frame charts is on a higher time frame chart, all this is a stem-like overshoot. So you don't see it on these charts, I don't think. Well, yeah, you would see it on this chart. I didn't draw it here. Probably isn't on this chart. So it is like a regular overshoot on this chart too, but look at how it perfectly fits. So really, I mean, did we get a close outside right here and then the bar opening right here? Yeah, we did. However, the rest of the price action fits in here, and you can see all that rejection. And so it is the trend channel. This is accurate. And there's Max said it the other night. There's so many ways to skin a cat. But anyway, I didn't mark the trades, but I was watching the chart all day. So we have this news item, and from the highs to the bottom of that sell-off from the news item, that's where our measured move pretty much was. So anyway, I don't see anything in the before the news item came out at 5:30. So we bottom out right here, and you get a reversal looking setup. But all that is a 50% correction. So, you know, Al Brooks talks about it. The bears will sell a 50% correction, and that's what happened here. So this was looking very bullish, but if you didn't get in early, you just want to be careful. If you do get in early, well, yeah, it takes profit somewhere. But if you're trying to hop in right here to ride it back up to the tops, you need to be aware of, you know, your risk. But yeah, you probably want to see a retest first, and so we do sell off. Let's see if there's any shorts in here. Yeah, I like this one. I like this one because we got a second entry short, didn't set up too well, and then you have this lower high. But what was this, 553? Yes, that's good enough timing. So to me, this looks like we're probably going to retest the lows, and there's plenty of room to those lows. So that's what happens. We test the body of this bar before we reverse, and you do get a reversal setup. So I guess it doesn't trigger on this one. If you go on the engulfing bar, you got to put your stop down here below this bar. But yeah, I like this. You get this channel up. It's probably an overshoot leading to a break. And then we get to move to a new high, and then you get that double top. That's tempting right there. But I don't think I'd be able to take that with how bullish this move is. Let's see if you got room to the EMA. There's enough room to the EMA, so I'm going to mark that aggressive. If you're going for a scalp, I think you could consider that. I don't like any of this because it's congested. But, you know, maybe after a leg down, you think we're getting another leg down, but who knows if this isn't the first leg down. And that's just a two-legged trap, and we get a second entry long. Who knows? All right, so we sell off, and you get the slight overshoot that leads to a break, just some sideways stuff in here. You get a lower high here. It's not really a price action max setup. And I don't really like it because you're so close to the lows. And so we break out to the low side. The breakout continues. And you get a pullback. Then we go lower. And then you get a break. And I don't know. This just I drew this trend line, but this looks like the break. I kind of think that this is the channel. And so I think this is a break, move to a new low. So, I mean, you do get a second entry right here. And you're probably looking for a measured move at that point. So, I mean, I could understand why people would take this. But look, I mean, it looks kind of sideways. But you get two times it's responding to the EMA. So, gets you a scalp and no more. So you can see we get one leg up sideways, second leg up. Test that overnight low. Sell off, and this is just the range. It's probably some type of measured move here. You can see to the low side that measured move. And so bounce. You can see some resistance there. I kind of like this one, but I mean, maybe you double test. Maybe you look at this as the double test. Maybe you consider those. Breakout, pullback, fails. First entry, second entry. You could consider this second entry. It also looks like it's a double test. But you're pretty close to these lows. It ends up working out. If you look at this as a double top, you get a first entry, failed second entry. I mean, I was going to mark this red, but this is going into the lows. But I mean, it looks like you're trying to make this measured move. So, I mean, I like this, but it's got overlap. But you can see a lot of people like that. We bounce after we hit the measured move. Technically, that's a second entry short. So I'm going to mark this red because it's like, it's right off that trend line. Then you can see we're kind of coming up short. And then we get that big leg. And so that tells you the bulls are trying to reverse this. So then we start making higher lows. We get this double test right here. That's a nice aggressive entry, big bullish bar. And you could ride this thing way up. So you got this second entry here. I'm not crazy about that. I would want the setup, the signal bar to be better. Got like a double test right there, so I guess mark that blue. Double test, bounce higher low. Now we're back into the overnight range. Got a second entry long right there. Okay, I gotta mark this green because it's technically not the low of the swing. And that's where my target would have been for the runner, is right here. I actually took profits on this bar, on the simulator, just because, you know, it was a huge 15. Oh, it's only 15 ticks. For some reason, I thought it was much larger. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't have. And put your stop, you know, here, and breaks to a new high. Put it like right there. breaks to a new high, put it there, but that's where your target would probably be. You can see plenty of people taking profits there. And I don't think you want to take anything in this sideways stuff. Nothing I'm crazy about. So that's how I saw it. The daily chart. We got a doji that closes bearish. So yeah, I mean, we're just in this range right now. Could it be this? You know, that's what it's looking like. So I hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.